What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 141 of Two Dudes of Sports News. As always, my name is Garrett here, my co-host.
What it do? What it do? This is Jalen Prince. We are glad to be here. We're glad to be able to do some things, talk some sports, because we got football. Football is getting close. This is
Football's
so
back, baby. Football's
close.
back. We're close. Football's back. I would consider football back. Football was back last week.
You know what?
Preseason ball.
You know what? I'll give you that. I will give you that.
We'll talk preseason ball in a bit because I've got. I can't, all right, we'll get into that later. It's fine. Whatever. But you guys know what to do. Thank us for being back. As always, follow us on Twitter, X, YouTube, TikTok, all that fun stuff at Tdsn Pod. Pretty much across the board, that is Tdsn Pod. You'll see when we post. You'll see when we go live. Get the bell notification on over there on YouTube, so you can see what's going on with all that. And then hop in the comment section, man. If we see the comment, we see some things that we like, some things that are little interesting, and we feel like we can hop in there and bring them into the conversation. We'll absolutely do it. Hop in, man. Be a part of the show. But let's get right into it, man. We got some things we want to talk about. First of all, I want to apologize for me being a little flaky. Part of the reason why we haven't been able to tie an episode down since the last one we did, I've been swamped, which is on me. We're trying to figure something out, so stay tuned for that. But let's get right into some quick news, man. I'm rambling. Let's get the show moving. Quick news. A couple things have happened since we did our last episode. We'll tie through them real quick, breeze through it. Russell Westbrook has retired. Jamal, did I do the right person out for the season? Aaron, who's out for the season? Vikings running backs out for the season. I said Jamal Adams. I was reading that wrong. I did that very, very wrong.
No, Jamal Adams out for the year.
Jamal Adams out for the year?
Yeah, well, you just spelled it wrong.
My brain's not working, man. I'm sorry. Anyways, Seahawks have signed Tdsn Arnold, and James Pierce Jr., speaking of suspended players, is going to be suspended now for 8 games. After everything going on with that, I'm not too shocked with James Pierce getting an 8-game suspension. The Tdsn Arnold signing, where he got the league minimum for a year, I'm not mad at the dollar amount. I'm curious to see how long that suspension is.
My thing is with all the reaction that's going on as far as with that suspension, I'm not too surprised as far as with the suspension with James Pierce, but like with TA, that one is going to be interesting to see how it goes. But with preseason starting yesterday, you wonder when are we actually going to see him actually on the field for the Seahawks? And we saw clips of that of him working out with the Seahawks not too long ago on Hard Knocks, so I'm very interested to see about that. Jamal Adams, I hate that for him because he made some good play. He made some decent plays in the preseason game against the Giants as a Vikings linebacker. But dog, we kept asking him for years, like, bro, move over to the safety position into a weak side linebacker because he could hit the hole and blitz real good, but he wouldn't do it. But now he finally did it, and now he was about to find his stride because he was with that Vikings defense with Brian Flores. Yes, he would have thrived. I think he would have had a really good season this year, but things happen.
No, things happen, and you hate to see it. With the Tdsn Arnold signing, I'm curious to see, because it's 1 year league minimum, which I have no issue with the dollar amount. I have no issue with the length. My question is, how long is he suspended for? Because he's facing 8 federal charges right now, I believe.
I think the thing is, I trust John Schneider. I trust Mike McDonald. I trust our front office. They know what they're doing. They did the homework. They did the research on TA and that situation. They're monitoring it, and they know we could fit the bill to be able to handle whatever the situation may be with TA going into this season. If he plays, cool. If he doesn't, all right, so be it. We got enough pieces to be able to withstand it. But I think he's going to fit the system. And again, Seattle's culture is strong enough to be able to handle that situation with TA. And plus, he's in a much better situation going to Seattle than any other place that's a big market that's trying to sign him.
No, and I think that's fair. And I want to correct myself, too. It's felony, not federal. My brain is not working tonight. So this is going to be a fun show. So it is 8 different felony charges. So we'll see how long the suspension is actually going to be. Is he gone for the year? If he's gone for the year, what happens to that contract? I feel like there's a lot of factors up in the air right now that make things a little interesting, but we'll see. And then shout out to Russell Westbrook, man. Super fun to watch, man. Incredibly talented athlete, heck of a player. Broke Oscar Robinson's record. I think he'll hit the Hall of Fame.
Oh, without question, he's gonna hit the Hall of Fame. The career numbers, all time leader, and I think he had the all time leader in triple
Triple
doubles.
doubles.
But
Yep.
really the MVP season where he led the league, where he was first person since the Big O to average a triple double, but doing it multiple seasons. It was historic, but the biggest thing about him was what he did for Oklahoma City, what he did for the NBA in general. Like he never cheated you, he never quit on you, he never like cheated effort. He was always there, showed up every night, and the passion could not be duplicated. Duplicated. It was there every single night, and that's one of the things I'm always going to remember. That's one thing I'm always going to appreciate about Russell Westbrook. I love Russell Westbrook. You wish you would have been able to get a championship, but hey, sometimes it happens, and sometimes it just doesn't. Sometimes it just didn't work out. But other than that, that doesn't take away the career that he's had in the NBA, and he's had a legendary career, in my opinion.
For sure. And some of those records are going to be he has 209 career triple doubles. He's the only player in league history to average a triple double across 4 separate seasons. And he also has the most triple doubles in a season, which is 42, which is during the 2016 2017 MVP year.
Yep.
He also has the most consecutive games of the triple double, too. And I believe he has the most career rebounds and offensive rebounds by a guard in NBA history.
Yep. So congrats, Russ. Salute to you.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let's get right into some other news, man. We talked about it a little bit. Preseason football's time. It is preseason time. Football is back. It is
back.
And it's just a little bump, little football bump. just a little bit. Just enough to scratch the itch. But it's at a point now with football where we've got, it's curious to see like how some of these battles are going to go. I like preseason football for one reason. I like preseason. I hate it for another reason. Reason number one. Go ahead.
Real quick before you go, we do got some breaking news that just happened about like 19 minutes ago. Von Miller is
expected to sign with Dallas.
Yeah, he's going to sign with Dallas. And
good Lord.
I mean, look, it is what it is on that standpoint. I'll go ahead and share the tweet and stuff like that, but it is what it is. Like I think this is going to be a good signing for them and for him. He's a Texas. He's from Texas. Like he's from that area. Went to Texas A&M.
Yeah.
So good for him. I don't think it says like what the contract is just yet, but
no,
per Adam,
this is breaking.
Yeah,
it's probably 1 year league minimum.
Yeah, per Shefty, Von Miller is going to be a Dallas Cowboy. So, like kudos to him. But like I said, does that move the needle? I think it'll help out. Like that's about all I can say with that one. But back to the preseason, it goes.
If it was like 4 years ago, I'd say yes. Current Vaughn, I don't know what we're gonna get. I mean, he's a rotational piece at best.
Yeah, but he's still so technically sound, and maybe like this, tremendous teammate. I think it's gonna bode well for the locker room. Heck, maybe we'll see like a few Dallas Cowboy players might have a career year in like pass rush because Von Miller is in the building.
As long as it doesn't lead to dubs, I'm happy. Anyways,
yeah. I agree.
Preseason so far, I got a love-hate relationship with the preseason. I love seeing some of these guys. Just to go to my game with Trey Palmer, who looked great versus us during the preseason. I like seeing some of these guys who are coming up trying to make a name for themselves, trying to see some of these guys like really solidify themselves as part of an NFL roster. Guys who are either undrafted free agents, guys who were cut from a roster previously, guys who are in year 3 or 4 before they potentially wash out of the league and are on their last leg. That I like seeing. What I don't like seeing is sometimes it's hard to watch, man. Sometimes it's really hard to watch because we'll just pick on my team. We'll pick on the Jags. We had so many self-harm penalties. We had so many busted coverages. We had just bad calls, bad plays, bad blocking things. Like and it's preseason. I get it. these aren't the starters. I completely understand that, but it's hard to watch sometimes. And I know I'm not alone in thinking that, but I'm just glad it's back. Like, we had a heck of a comeback. It also makes you hope and pray that nobody in your first round goes down, or your first nobody in the first team goes down, because you see some of the second, third string guys, and you're like, ugh. I don't need him seeing significant time. Like, if Trevor goes down, the offense is destroyed. Like, I'll say it. The offense is cooked, because Mullins is not what we need to be, and I will crash out if we're trotting out Carter Bradley, son of current NFL coach Gus Bradley. That's my starting quarterback. I will crash out on a biblical scale. So, but we're back, man. Football's back. What are some of the things that you thought? Like, some things you noticed, some things that kind of caught your eye?
All right, so I'll go with my team first because we was the last game last night.
Mm-hmm.
I was pleased with the first draft. This was the first time that I saw what offense was going to look like under Brian Fleury after Clint Kubiak went to the Las Vegas Raiders. By the way, Fernando Mendoza looked good. The
He's as
offensive
advertised.
flow looked good. But to see what Brian Fleury was doing, I was fine with the play calls. The designs were solid. A little bit of motion, but he does know what he's doing. He does know how to be able to set up some of his plays, albeit it's preseason. But I need a lot of folks to realize preseason is not about winning games. Obviously, the players are going to focus on winning the games, but for those you were trying to see, one, who is going to make the roster? Two, what is the offense or the defense
Mm-hmm.
going to look like as far as schematically? And three, who is possibly improved or declined given if they have given if they're playing in the game so far. So with all that being said, I was very pleased with how the offense looked, or like kind of presented itself schematically by Brian Fleury. That's one. Second thing is I was not pleased with how the offensive line and the defensive line performed. We wasn't able to get any pressure on any of the quarterbacks, whether it was Sam Howell or Joe Milton that were in the game. And that gave both of them enough time to be able to fire stuff down. But I will say this that pleased me, and I'll get to my third point in a minute. Shout out to Camden Brown. Shout out to Georgia Southern wide receiver. Shout out to the Georgia Southern wide receiver. Hail Southern. And mind you, we do not get excited about nothing, absolutely nothing about
I got the
Dallas.
hat.
But I was happy about Camden Brown.
Always happy about
But
Camden.
no, like we knew that from KB, like CB all year last year, because
Mm-hmm.
that's all they kept doing was catching 50-50 balls and fade. So shout out to him. Like, he made himself viral enough like where he will not be denied going into the season. Most likely he'll secure a job. If not with Dallas, it's going to be with somebody. So just want
Yeah.
to point that out there. But my third point with my Seahawks is like secondary has like is basically who's going to have those backup roles. We're going to have to be like based on a lot of depth. But I was happy about Tyrese Knight. He was everywhere on the field. Jalen Gaines, he was everywhere on the field. On the offensive side of the ball, George Lonnie's gonna have to carry some of the load. Jadarian Price was out with an injury, so that's why we didn't see him last night. A lot of things to come back with, and to me, Jalen Milroe, he was all right. He was not bad, wasn't great, but he was all right. Felt like he made a few plays. He still has a tendency of holding on the ball too long and not throw on time in certain situations that most quarterbacks need to do. But overall, like, I felt it wasn't much. It wasn't much he really needed, like really could do given the protection time. And mind you, that was
Mm-hmm.
third and second string. So you only hope that you get improved, but it's only the
Yeah.
first preseason game, and we still got plenty more to go.
No, and you're
That's my
100%
takeaway from
correct.
Seattle.
No, you're 100% correct. Like, preseason is meant to be it's meant to give those other guys a shot. We all know who the starters are going to be.
Yeah.
There's very few position battles that are going into preseason where you're like, okay, who's getting this, who's getting that, and it's also, it doesn't go ahead. Sorry.
So who, like, with the rest of the preseason, who actually stuck out to you as well? Like, not even just our teams, just like in the league in general. Was there anybody surprised you? Because I got my few players that kind of stuck out to me. Yes, they're conventional, but still, like, those are the ones that actually stuck out to me during the preseason this weekend.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch a ton of it, So like I'm gonna have to base mine like solely off of like some highlight clips and everything because I didn't watch
That's
a ton of
basically what I'm
preseason this
saying. That's what
weekend.
we're going to do.
Yeah, I didn't watch a ton of preseason, especially outside of my game, because like I don't care. I'm not gonna see half these guys again, just to be perfectly honest. And I'm happy that we get some people back, which is nice. Drew Aller looked nice.
He did. Yep.
Drew Aller looked nice, and I will absolutely give him credit where credit is due. Drew Aller looked really nice. Fernando Mendoza looked nice. I mean, Ty Simpson looked decent. I don't know if he looked great, but he looked solid. People who looked rough to me, I mean, JJ McCarthy and getting a snap in Minnesota ever again.
I didn't even watch that
two
game.
people go down. From everything I saw, from like a statistical standpoint, from everything else, he is exactly what I told everyone he was going to be 2 years ago. It wasn't going to be great. He is a handoff merchant, and he is okay at best. He went 4 for 7 for 34 yards. That's not good, man. That's not good at all. Tua looked awful. The Falcons in general looked horrendous.
That was bad.
Falcons looked bad.
That was bad.
Falcons as a whole, to me, are losers. Drew Aller looked great. Raiders look solid. McCarthy will never play it down in Minnesota. I'm sure Minnesota fans are hoping it's the exact same way. Honestly, too, Titans didn't look good. Titans didn't look that good. They were playing some of their starters against the Niners B squad.
Okay, they didn't look good, but I wouldn't say concern. So, like, there's that, because we have to remember this was the first preseason game. Who knows what's going to happen in
No,
like
for
week
sure.
2 of it?
These are overreactions for sure.
True, but like the Falcons one was warranted because again, Michael Penix is not going to play week 1. At least so far that I know, he's not going to play me on week 1. Tua, I called you. I said, bro, Tua might be done.
Tua looks bad.
Like, I'm not joking about that.
What is
not
it?
Even just like not even just the turnovers with Tua. It's the fact that I know how talented this dude was.
The progression
even before
is
Alabama,
insane.
But mind you, he's had to be protected throughout, like since the first concussion, both with his health and now. Like I'm looking at physically, he looked like he can't throw it as deep or as fast with some velocity. I mean, a lot of folks have questioned his velocity of throwing the ball for years, but at the same time, it's like he's had the capability, but everybody points out to his accuracy. But I'm like, where's the velocity? And a lot of that comes from not just arm strength. Sometimes it comes from your legs, your lower body, that explosion. But dog, he's had several hip surgeries. He's had different leg, different lower body injuries. Like
he's got pudding brain.
He's been beat up as a whole. Like folks can go to the. I know the brain part is
he's got a snack pack for a brain. Like it's rough.
But like the point that I'm trying to get to is, I think his body's just giving out.
He's done. Like, he should have retired 2 years ago.
I can't say that because again, because knowing as a competitor as I am, is because I would never tell somebody. And like
no.
Usually I would never tell another person that they're done.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying I would have made that decision, because I'm with you. My toxic trait is that I think I'm the guy whenever you see like those things where it's like, run the ball, you can do one thing for $1 million. You can try to gain or 10 yards in professional football on 3 carries versus, the Houston Texans defense, or like, hit a jump shot over, Rudy Gobert or something like that. Like, I'm the dude who thinks I can do both, knowing I can't. So I'm going to try. But I understand why Tua didn't retire. I get it from a competitor standpoint, but from a outside looking in point of view, can we agree this man should retire 2 years ago? Outside looking in.
You could possibly say that. I mean, this being one of the biggest memes of the preseason. Obviously, I don't even like. To me, I don't think this has anything to do with Michael Penix saying like this the guy. I think that's just like by coincidence and like folks are just rolling with it. That's just my opinion. But Tua did not look good. On the first snap, you bobbled it. Okay, can you move on from it? But the Falcons as a whole, even with Cooper rushing, that was another situation.
They look bad.
It looked
Whole team
awful. It looked absolutely awful. They couldn't get no offense generated whatsoever. And I get it, it's the Broncos, and the Broncos got a tremendous defense. But in like majority of the Broncos did not they didn't play their starters. I didn't see PS2, did you? I didn't see Nick Bodino, did you? I didn't see Zach Allen. Zach Allen, did you?
Not a single playoff team played their starters.
But dog, I'm like, if in Atlanta, first off, you're not going to have Jalen Walker.
Nope.
He's out for the year. James Pierce Jr. out for 8 games. Where's your pass rush going to come? Your first round pick and your cornerbacks are your brothers. So I got questions about their defense. The quarterback issue in the quarterback room is number one. And I'll tell you this, and this is just my prediction, and this is just my thing, and this is just my thought. This is my 2 cents. If things don't work out in Cleveland, what option do you got? Call him. His dad used to play in Atlanta. His banner's up in Atlanta.
I see that.
Atlanta loves the Sanders family.
That's fair.
Why don't you call Shador? If it does not work out with Penix, why not? Like Arthur Blank, Kevin Stefanski, we understand, but you need a guy that can get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. You just signed Drake London. You just signed Bijan. Your offensive line is not bad. And Kyle Pitts can still play. If things don't work out in Cleveland, Atlanta, why don't you just give him a call? What the heck do you got to lose?
You're not
It'll
wrong.
Work. You're not. No, it can't hurt. That's number one. Football-wise, it kind of makes sense in the Kevin Stefanski offense. On another side, let's talk money. You telling me Shador Sanders ain't gonna sell no jerseys and a Falcon uniform?
I want to see when his contract is, because you're right. I mean, he'll sell 4-year, $4.6 million rookie contract. So he's on year 2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, they could see. Here's my thing.
You don't have nothing to lose.
It entirely the send off that they're. We'll talk about Shador in a second. Yep. The send off that Atlanta will have, or come on, brain. Cleveland will not send off Shador until they know exactly what they have with Deshaun, because I think he might be. Because I want to be very, very clear. Whole team looked awful. Me saying Deshaun looked better than Shador and Dylan Gabriel during the first week of the preseason is not a compliment to Deshaun. Whole Cleveland Browns look rough. They didn't look good. They didn't look bad. They look bad. They didn't look good. So that's not necessarily me saying that Deshaun looked good. Deshaun just looked better than the other two. But to me, it all depends on how the season plays out. Because you're right. If Penix isn't the answer, he's in year 2, year 3, year 3?
I think he's going in year 3.
He's in year 3. If Penix shows out and is the dude for year 3, then no questions needed, and he's fine. If Penix does not show out on this offense, then yeah, I could see Shador getting traded. I could see Atlanta asking the question during the trade deadline. It all depends on how Deshaun looks too.
A reminder, the GM that drafted Michael Penix at that time
is no longer in the building.
No longer in the building.
No loyalty. I do what it's.
Do your job, like dog. He had to like really come. I still remember that.
That was great. He's like, hold on.
When he had to talk to Arthur Blank, came up to him and said, like, bro, what the heck were you thinking? Explain this to me. Explain yourself.
He said,
I still remember that.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
But dog, like I like if you're Atlanta, what the heck do you got to lose? Because right
A
now,
third round pick.
and I get it, and I just mentioned this. Preseason wise, it's the first preseason game. Tua might look better in next week. He might. He might.
You want to put money on it?
No, dude, you know I don't gamble.
No, I know I'm teasing. But that is the safest way to. That is the worst bet ever, in my opinion. I don't think he'll look good. I think Tua's done. I think Tua turned the ball over is done. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. It was week 1. Everybody's playing. It's first live action snaps we're seeing. This is why I put no thought whatsoever into all these preseason videos that the media teams are putting out of, and 7-on-7, he should have, or what's that?
Real quick, want to throw this out there. Michael Penix was drafted in 2024. He
Mm-hmm.
was the 8th overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta selected him over Roma Dunze, 9. Olu tackle for the New York Jets. Bo Nix, Brock Bowers.
Mm-hmm.
Tackle with the Saints. Leatu Latu, Byron Murphy II, and Dallas Turner. And mind you, I still remember this. I still remember going into that draft. Atlanta should have got Dallas Turner.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, we gonna see.
You want to know a disgusting statistic?
I know we got and I know we got to move on because we got other stuff to talk about like in preseason. But
you want to know a disgusting statistic that I found out the other day?
Go ahead.
Speaking about how terrible JJ McCarthy is, would you like to know what quarterback, starting quarterback's completion percentage was 0.5% higher than JJ McCarthy? Who is somebody everybody considers a top 10 quarterback in the league?
Justin Herbert.
The current Madden cover athlete.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams had a 58.1% completion percentage. JJ McCarthy was 57.6. That is disgusting. I'm looking at it right now, man. Russ was smack dab in between him at 58. Brady Cook was at 57.5. Dylan Gabriel had a better completion percentage than Caleb Williams.
All right, we got to move. I know we got to move on real quick. Sorry. Last flashing point. Ty Simpson looked good.
He looked good. Ty Simpson
looked good. I really want to address this point real quick. So I always knew Ty Simpson could ball. He's Saban's last project.
Mm-hmm.
But this was the same situation like last season with Alabama. This is the same situation that's happened the last few seasons with Alabama quarterbacks under Kalen DeBoer. Start off real hot, playing really good football from the quarterback position, but it was not going to sustain because we wasn't able to run the ball. Offensive line did not protect them well enough. And what we saw yesterday with Ty Simpson and the Rams, he's protected. He has a run game. He has a really good system. He can thrive with Sean McVay whenever Matthew Stafford wants to call it a career. They got their quarterback for the future. In my opinion, albeit I'm a Seahawks fan. I'm a Seahawks fan. I understand that, but I'm always going to root for Alabama players unless they're with the Dallas Cowboys. Mm-hmm. That's just me.
I can respect that.
He looked good. He looked on point, and he looked on time.
Because to me, Ty Simpson's not the quarterback who has to be the Burrow or the Lamar or the Gaucho. He just has to be a dude.
He got to do his job.
A dude who isn't going to turn the ball over. He's going to keep the offense on schedule, on schedule or ahead of schedule, keep everything consistently clicking and moving down the field. And he's got Puka, and he's got Devontae Adams as a wide receiver.
In the future.
He's still going to have Puka in the future. But anyways, we got to move on. Let's talk about it, man.
That kind of depends on how
that contract's going to be fun. Let's talk about it, man. Jayden Daniels, old JD redacted versus LSU, because I'm scared to say the number because we might get a cease and desist. For those of you who do not know, Jayden Daniels, current Washington Commanders quarterback Jayden Daniels, this is per ESPN, Mark Schlabach, an attorney representing the Washington Commanders quarterback has informed LSU that it can no longer use his name, image, and likeness, according to an August 5th letter sent to Tigers athletic director Burge Osbury, a copy of which was obtained by ESPN on Wednesday. At the center of the dispute, a court basically they're allowing sophomore corner DJ Pickett to wear the number 5 jersey, which Daniels wore when he became LSU's third Heisman Trophy winner in 2023. While Daniels' jersey hasn't been retired by the Tigers, the first time a player has worn the number 5 since he left the program. Quote, the Daniels family is deeply disappointed and feels profoundly disrespected by LSU's decision to give Jayden's number to another player. Jayden's and his family have, good Lord, Jayden and his family had every reason to believe that his number would remain a meaningful part of his LSU legacy and would be honored and protected in recognition of his extraordinary contributions by the university. Pickett wore number 3 during his first season with the Tigers in 2025 when he was named a freshman All-American. He led LSU with 3 interceptions to go with 37 tackles and 1 sack and 524 defensive snaps. Pickett was wearing number 5 when the Tigers opened the preseason practice last week, and apparently that's the number he wore when he was in high school. So that's a number he grew up wearing. That's his number. And apparently Lane reached out to JD, and JD said no. And Lane said, why am I asking you? And gave it to him anyway. So I have my thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on this?
It's stupid.
Yeah, I completely agree.
But if you really want to know my thoughts,
what are your thoughts?
Give me 1 sec.
Because I have a statistical reason why I am in the right.
You have a statistical reason. I have another reason why I feel the way I feel on the situation.
Okay. I'd say put 5 on it, but I don't know if I can.
Can't do that just yet. Give me 1 sec. I'm doing something for the show.
There is no. Thankfully, there's no 5th quarter, else the NFL will have to play Jayden Daniels royalties. Can't high five anybody. He's the only number 5 in existence. What else?
All right. So here's my takeaway from this. And when I say this, I mean all due respect. I'm not disrespecting nobody. This is coming from a mama's boy, his own. I don't even feel like this is a thing with Jayden Daniels. I think this is strictly with his mom.
Clay Travis, I think, he said to fire his mom if she's the one involved in this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna steal, but I'm gonna borrow something like somebody pointed this out on TikTok, and I even commented on it. Like Jayden Daniels' mother, if anybody remembers this show, it was on BET a while. It was on BET a while ago. It was called The Game. Jayden Daniels' mom is Tasha Mack, and Jayden Daniels is Malik Wright. If anybody knows, you know. You're talking about a woman who loved her son, protected her son, all through and through, but
which
also
I can understand
was our agent, marketer, whatever. I don't knock the mother being in his life.
Absolutely not.
Nobody should ever knock that.
Nope.
But at the same time, when you are a grown man, or at least supposed to be, you need to leave the nest. They can still be a part of your life. You can still communicate. Whatever your relationship with your mother is, that's your business. But from what we have seen just from a distance and just like stuff going on like this, it feels like, and again, I'm just going to borrow another line, Jayden Daniels' mother is raising the man that she wanted to be with, respectfully. Because I remember the video of Jayden Daniels sitting next to Juju Watkins, and she getting up coming into play. Other commentators, other speakers on the whole situation about like how he should be doing things, how like he's never going to truly be able to grow. With her always watching over and coddling and stuff like that. And I get the positive points of what she's doing, because you're trying to protect the asset, which is your son. You're trying to protect your son. Nobody's knocking that point, but at the same time, it's like, is the man ever going to grow? And who knows? Right. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. But to me, from everything that I'm seeing from a distance, that woman is Tasha Mack, and Jayden Daniels is Malik Wright. And my only thing is, with this whole situation with LSU, Jayden Daniels had to know, bro. You coming into a lineage where no player is bigger than the program. You want to get your jersey retired? You should have stayed at Arizona State. You went to LSU. Yeah, you
To
won a
me,
Heisman and you had better numbers. But dog, you ain't Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow ain't get his number retired. That's just it.
I
So
don't
I
even
feel
know
like
if
the
they have
situation
any
is
retired
dumb, but
jerseys.
I do not believe that this is a situation that Jayden Daniels had a problem with. To me personally, I feel like this is more on the mother and the family.
So here's the thing. The LSU currently has 5 retired jerseys, but only one of them is permanently removed from circulation. Billy Cannon, number 20, was retired in 1959. Tommy
Okay.
Casanova, number 37, was retired in 2009. Jerry Stovall, number 21, was retired in 2018. Charles Alexander's number 4 was retired in 2025. And Burt Jones's number 7 is scheduled for retirement in 2026, later this year. The
Wait, what was
thing
that last
is,
number?
number 7.
Okay.
So, and that's supposed to be retired later this year. So, I want to be honest, I don't know anything about any of
Time
those
out.
players I just listed off.
Ain't no way LSU gonna retire to number 7.
They are set to retire number 7.
Ain't no way. Because dog, Tyrann Mathieu, Grant
They are
Delpit.
set to retire number 7.
Alright. That's them.
This is that's what they're saying. To me, let me just pull this up. So Joe Burrow's number 9 has not been used, not in circulation. What I just read to you was saying that LSU coaches are the ones who can okay the approval. Who did Jayden Daniels play for?
That would be one bum. That would be one bum. Brian Kelly.
Correct. Who is the current head coach of LSU?
That would be the untrustworthy Lane Kiffin.
Both bums, but one is Brian Kelly.
I'm not gonna call Lane Kiffin a bum.
I'll call Lane Kiffin slimy.
Yeah.
Slimy.
I say
for
untrustworthy.
Sure.
But
Untrustworthy. Yeah, I can go there. Lane owes Jayden nothing. He owes him nothing. To me, and if we want to go back and look at it, Joe Burrow's number hasn't been used since his senior season. His senior year, 2019, LSU went undefeated, won the national championship. That man threw for what I believe is still a college football single season passing record of 5,600 yards. And I know what is a single season record of 60 touchdowns. We'll throw rushing in there too, because why not? Let's do it. 5 rushing touchdowns, because why not? So we'll throw 5 rushing. So we're looking at 65 total touchdowns in an undefeated season. Jayden Daniels had 40 passing touchdowns, which did lead the league, or did lead all of college football. So I'll give him that. 3,800 yards and 10 touchdowns. So he is 10 touchdowns short, a whole lot of yards. If you combine his rushing and passing yards, it is still less than Burrow threw for in that year. He also went 10-3 with a win in the ReliaQuest Bowl, which, I mean, not to besmirch a little bit, not to be rude.
Dog, it's a bowl game compared to the national championship.
This is crazy. This is crazy. Like, what are we doing?
But do you think this is him that has an issue with the number with the number the whole cease and desist? Do you think this is him?
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt for now. With the information I have, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say that this is someone on his team who, if this is someone on his team, needs to be fired today. Don't bump today. Needs to be fired yesterday. Like,
that's my only thing about the situation.
This is crazy.
It's crazy, but I don't think it's him. Does he have some culpability to it? Yes, because it's on his name.
Absolutely.
But do I think like he? How can I say this?
Well, overall, this reflects on him.
Yes, it reflects on him, but I don't think he's like the starter as far as like, hey, they should have retired my jersey. You can't tell me he did not know the lineage of the LSU legacy. I'm a Bama fan. I can't stand LSU, but I always respect their history. I always respect the legacy. You can't tell me he didn't know. You can't tell me he didn't think
No.
no. This felt like family.
I'd go 50% on him, 50% on whoever's in his team.
This felt like This felt like the mother. This felt like the family. This felt like his team that made it an issue. I don't think it was him, but we'll see.
I don't think it was fully him because he had to approve it.
Yep.
He had to know about it. He knew this was happening.
Do we know he approved it?
If this was sent without his approval, that regardless, it's his legal representation. That's the issue.
But at this point right now, we don't know.
We don't know. But we've been on this for a hot minute. We got to power through because we're running low on time. Yeah. We got to touch on it briefly. But now let us know your thoughts on this. Is Jayden Daniels at fault? Is it someone on his team? Is he in the right? Is he in the wrong? Let us know. Hop in the comments, retweet, post all that fun stuff, and go from there. But let's talk about this. 2026 NFL Hall of Fame class. We currently have 5 new members in the Hall of Fame class. We have Larry Legend Fitzgerald Jr., Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, Roger Craig, and Drew Brees. We could talk all about these dudes forever. But we got to breathe. We 100% agree with you. Absolutely well deserved. Every single one of these people deserve every accolade ever. Like Drew Brees is one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know a ton about Roger Craig, but I know if I looked into it, it would be deserved. Vinatieri is one of the greatest kickers to ever play.
Yep.
Luke Kuechly, for that stretch, Luke Kuechly was in the league. You want to talk about name a linebacker who was better? When Luke Kuechly was in the league. I'll wait. There wasn't. There was not a better linebacker while Kuechly was in the league. Even players who played like
closest one with Luke, you would closest one. Yeah, I would put Bobby Wagner. He was the closest one. Respectfully, I would put him close. Was he ever better than Luke? No. Defensive play. Wait, did Luke win Defensive Player of the Year?
I'm pulling it up right now. Hold on. Sorry, I don't know if y'all heard that. There's some moron who decided to tell everybody about what his muscle car says about him as he left. As he left the complex. I'm trying to pull up his stats right now because, for me, all right, let's pull up Luke Kuechly awards. This doesn't want to work for me. He won Defensive Rookie of the Year, AP NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 2013. Defensive Rookie of the Year 2012. First Team All-Pro in 2013 through 2015. Didn't make it in 2016, but he did 2017, 2018. I'm not going to count Pro Bowl because Pro Bowl doesn't matter anymore.
No, but we count our pros.
We'll count all pros. All pros matter. Pro Bowls don't. So he was in the league. Go ahead.
All right. So he did win. Yeah, he did win the Defensive Player of the Year in 2013. That's He was the best linebacker of his generation, of his era. Closest to him during that period when he was in his peak was Luke Kuechly. No, not Luke. It was Bobby Wagner, in my opinion. That's just me. But my favorite memory of Luke Kuechly, and I'll never forget this game. It was a Saints game. It was against the Saints. It was cold. It was a regular season game at the time. But every single impact, because this was back when Drew Brees and that Saints offense was they were scorching. They was lighting jokers up. And when they went into, because I remember going into that game, I'm thinking the Saints was going to win. Cam was dealing with an injury at that point, and he had to fight. They was not going to win that game without Luke Kuechly because he made play after play, because you're talking about the most cerebral linebacker, one of the most cerebral linebackers in NFL history with Luke Kuechly, because he basically knew the play before the players even knew what the play was. It was that cerebral with him, and I never forget in that game. It just felt like you was gonna see 59 everywhere on the field, and it was crazy.
2012 might have had the 2012 2012 inside linebacker class might be one of the best ones of all time.
Name it.
Luke Kuechly, Bobby Wagner, Levante David. I know you know this name. Deontay Hightower, Demario Davis, Michael Kendricks, and Zach Brown. And I don't remember exactly how much Zach Brown did, but I remember Michael Kendricks being good for a while. Demario Davis was a dog. Deontay Hightower was a dog. Levante David will be that was one class.
That was a class.
One class.
Give me that. Give me the names again.
Luke Kuechly,
Hall of Famer.
Bobby Wagner,
Hall of Famer.
Levante David,
Conversation.
Deontay Hightower,
Hall of Famer.
Demario Davis.
He making the case.
Michael Kendricks.
No, but
yeah,
great.
no, those last two aren't gonna be Hall of Famers.
Really good.
Those good.
Oh my god,
those are Hall of Fame for sure,
bro. And that was 2012.
That was 2012,
bro. Ooh.
Vontaze Burfict was also in that linebacker class.
Ooh.
What? Dude, Vontaze. I forgot Vontaze was in that class too.
Man.
Hold on. We got to put respect on one more linebacker's name.
Go ahead.
Mr. Emmanuel Acho himself.
And you ruined it. You ruined it and I'm leaving. You ruined it.
I know, I'm kidding. Good Lord. I forgot he was in that class too. There's a reason nobody knows who that man is outside of commentary.
No. Moving on. Drew Brees.
Disgusting linebacker class.
Drew Brees.
100% deserved.
Bro, we knew. 80,000 yards, 571 passing touchdowns. Completion percentage 78 because I'm rounding up. Technically, it's 60. Scratch that 67.7, but we're gonna say 68. 98.7 passer rating. Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champion. 13-time Pro Bowler. Yes, we know, but still got to mention it. He did make one time. He did make one time first team All Pro, but dog, he was playing in the era with Brady and Peyton and them.
Mm-hmm.
So, say what you want, but dog, his greatness, and I might not be able to touch on this or speak on this because I'm not a Saints fan, but I always give respect to greatness, and I'm gonna try my hard to talk about talk about Drew Brees. I need to be able to prepare to say what I'm about to say. Hello?
I'm still here.
Yeah.
You said you're prepared to say what you're going to say.
Yeah, I know. I said talk about Drew Brees. I need time to prepare what I want to say. I'm going to be. I need to be respectful when I'm about to say what I'm about to say about Drew Brees.
He is currently number 2 all-time passing yard leaders. 2001 to 2020, he has 80,358 yards. That is crazy. You want to talk? Super nice dude. From just overall genuinely good person. Never heard a bad thing about him. Never heard anything bad said about him. No bad headlines, no nothing. And he just came in, did his job, and just carried people. So yeah, I mean, I absolutely give credit where credit was due. He deserves every ounce of accolade that he gets. Absolutely incredible player. But yeah, I mean, with him, with guys like Luke, I mean, Vinatieri, I'm pretty sure is the all-time leader in made field goals or something. I know he's got records. I don't know off the top of my head, but Breeze was fun to watch. That Breeze Manning Super Bowl was a good one. And I know you remember that.
All right, so I'm going to try my hardest to be able to explain what he meant to New Orleans. Mind you, I'm from Southeast Georgia. I'm not a Saints fan, but I'm going to try to do justice by Saints fans, and especially the ones that I know, that what Drew Brees meant to him, because he's their GOAT. How do you measure a man who didn't just break passing records, but rebuilt a broken home? When Drew Brees arrived in 2006, the waters had receded, but the scars of Katrina were raw. The Superdome was a symbol of shelter and survival, not just sport. New Orleans was a city leaking hope, and the Saints were a franchise defined by decades of almost and never. They said his shoulder was shredded. They said he was too short. But destiny doesn't care about tape measurements. He didn't just play for New Orleans. He bled with it. Every time he stepped under the center, screaming 1, 2, win in that pregame huddle. He was waking up a city's heartbeat. He gave devastated people their Sundays back. He gave them permission to smile, to scream, to believe. And when he lifted that Lombardi into the Miami sky, it wasn't just a championship for a football team. It was a baptism of resilience for an entire culture. He wore number 9, but he became the whole city. Drew Brees didn't just save the Saints. He helped heal New Orleans.
Man, I need some church music.
Mind you,
Amen.
I am not a Saints fan at all. But you're talking about, I knew when I see a player, an athlete, means so much to a city, a culture, especially a guy that is Drew Brees, who don't look like me. But you talking about the safest man in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you this question. Who is safer to walk down any street in these two cities? Drew Brees walking through any parts of New Orleans, or Derrick Rose walking in Chicago? Who's safer?
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Because D Rose is Chicago royalty. But Drew,
both of them jokers don't need a bodyguard.
No, it's true. It's true. It's 100% true.
Nah, the answer is Derrick Rose. But that shows you, like,
it's close though.
That shows you that
it's
question.
Close.
Yeah, that shows you that
it's
question.
1A, 1B.
Literally. But that is what I meant. He meant so much to the culture. He changed everything for them, and for everything that he's done for them. I think he is forever going to be appreciated. He's ever going to be a lot over, and he deserved that. Last one I want to talk about is the legend himself. There will be one Larry Fitzgerald.
There it is.
And I know we spent a lot of time talking about Hall of Famers, but it's warranted. Dog, there's a reason why we call him Larry Legend. There's a reason. There's a reason I don't feel bad talking about Larry Legend whatsoever. 1,400 receptions, 17,000 receiving yards, 1,742 to be exact, 121 receiving touchdowns, 11 All Pros. Now he did one time first team All Pro. He's second all time in the NFL history in both career receptions and career receiving yards, trailing only the man Jerry Rice.
The best to ever do it. And I will die on that hill.
Dog,
argue with your mom. I don't care. Jerry Rice is the best receiver to ever do it. I don't care. Go ahead. Sorry.
And what the legend did in 2008 has not been duplicated since. Catching 30 passes, 546 yards in 4 games, 7 TDs. And bruh, if it wasn't for Santonio Holmes.
To me, the way I look at Larry is the epitome.
The only good thing about the Cardinals, the only good thing.
Larry is the epitome of that Kyler Murray D-Hop quote. Larry's down there somewhere. Get the ball to Larry.
Right,
you will talk about a receiver who did anything and everything that was asked of him and went above and beyond to do everything that was needed. You needed a block, done. You needed to run over the middle, done. You needed to run a hitch route and just get blown up by Ray Lewis, done. You need a touchdown, done. You need to take a pitch of the middle, done. Every single thing you needed that man to do, he would do and do it at an elite level. No disrespect towards anybody else on this list, but if Larry was not a first ballot Hall of Famer, is Larry a first ballot?
Without question.
Okay, was he first ballot?
That was first
okay,
ballot.
I was like that. I was like
that
before
was first
before.
Ballot. Randy Moss knocked on his door.
Yeah, because Randy
Moss gave him the knock.
Yeah, because I mean that's like.
But dog, like it was the man. Dude went to Pitt,
mm-hmm.
and I think he was a ball boy, if I remember correctly. I forgot what he was a ball boy for. But he paid a lot of homage to Chris Carter, who's another Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
he had one of the greatest hands of all time. I mean, 100%. Like, look, we grew up in a generation of like wide receivers that got some sticky hands. They got some really good ones. OBJ, Julio Jones.
He was a ball boy for the Vikings.
Yeah. Okay. So So that's why
an Chris Carter ended up parking lot attendant for the Minnesota Vikings, where he first crossed paths with Dennis Green.
Lost his father not too long ago. Mm-hmm. His son is playing ball now. I'm like, not to mention one of the greatest human beings ever. One of the greatest human beings ever. And the thing about it, what made dog, you can hate him. You can hate him. I don't think there was nobody in the era of social media, because he was there before social media took off, and to now you still can't hate Larry. Nobody hated Larry.
Not a single person could say anything bad about Larry.
You couldn't hate him. He was the most unhateable legend ever. You couldn't hate him. And I don't even think a lot of folks did.
He had to spend a year in JUCO at Valley Forge Military Academy.
Dog, bro, what was your favorite memory of Larry? Game, moment, whatever.
Bro, there's too many.
Think one. First thing that comes off the top of your head before we move on to
I think I'm with you. It's that playoff run. That playoff run where he just carried them offensively. Just caught everything. What was it? You said 30 receptions, 500 yards, 7 touchdowns. That.
All right.
Insane.
I'll give you mine. Remember that playoff? Remember that wild card game against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers?
Yes, I do.
Aaron Rodgers 2 Hail Marys.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Mind you, I thought Aaron Rodgers and the Packers were about to pull that off.
So did everybody else.
Carson Palmer said, "Bro,
don't worry about it.
I got legend.
I got Larry. I'm winning.
Scramble right, scramble to the left. Hit him for a 5-yard reception.
Mm-hmm.
Took that thing 80+ yards and down to the red zone.
And we'll touch
Ran
on
a triple option. Gave it, said like, Larry got to finish this. I never, bro. Mind you, I am a Seahawks fan. I like, nobody cares about the Cardinals since he's left.
Yeah.
Because I said this repeatedly. Nobody has to care about Arizona. Larry is gone. You ain't got to care about him. When he was there, you had to care. You had to respect him. That was the only great thing that came out of Arizona. Because Kurt Warner, he's owned by the Rams.
That's fair.
Great show on turf. Now, he's still, like, Kurt Warner was still able to get Arizona to a Super Bowl. Again, him and Larry. But, dog, shout out to the legend.
No, 100%. Like, it's not even close. Like, you want to talk about a dude who he literally did every single thing that was asked about him.
He was the epitome of greatness. But, you ready?
I mean, yeah, we got to touch on Vinatieri briefly, real quick. I mean,
not much to really touch about. Like, dude was an all-time great kicker. He was Mr. Clutch for a lot of reasons, for both for the Patriots and for the Colts.
And the Colts. He was one of the best to ever do it. So I'll give credit where credit's due.
Shout out to him.
Leads the NFL in all time. Field goals made. Pretty sure it's point extras as well. So, I mean, good. He's absolutely deserved it. 100%. Let's talk about it. It's Click DeBait time, baby. So we're going to talk about this real briefly. The Click DeBait is centered around the Hall of Fame once again.
Yep.
We are going to bring up a couple different questions. So we currently have the new people who are going to be eligible as first-year eligible players. There are 10 first-year eligible players for the 2027 Pro Football Hall of Fame. So they are going to be Adrian Peterson, Mr. All Day himself, Rob Gronkowski, Richard Sherman, Big Ben, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Cam Newton, Andrew Whitworth, Eric Weddle, and Alex Mack. My question to you, Jalen, pick 5 who
That's
were
the
first
limit.
year. 5 is the limit. Pick 5 that are making it and 5 that aren't going to make it as first year, because there are 10 players. We got to cut it in half.
Okay, so 5 players. And what about the coaches and GMs and stuff like that?
So we're coaches and GMs. I don't know off the top of my head. I'm talking about
because you can't like Belichick's got to get in next year.
Belichick waited. So I'm talking about these. These are first year eligible players. I want you to pick 5 of the first year eligible players.
I'm picking 4 because Belichick's got to be in there next year.
Well, let's ignore Belichick. Ignore Belichick. Who of these 10 players, you pick 5 who should be first ballot Hall of Famers?
All right.
And I'll give you mine.
We'll come back to that. All right. First off, the first 2 is easy. That's Gronk, and that is Gronk, and that is AP.
If Adrian Peterson does not get in as a first ballot, I'm going to crash out.
Look, we understand the off the field. We understand the off the field incident. We understand the off the field incident. We get all that.
Name a player who was more dominant as a running back.
But
Emmitt Smith is the only other one. Emmitt's the only other one. It's just him. It's him and AD. That's it. And I love how everybody, when they hear his nickname and everything, like, oh wait, like, you know, why it goes like, no, it's all day. That was the never mind. If y'all don't know, figure it out. Google's free. Use it. But Google's free. But to me, like, I completely agree. AP and Gronk are the first 2, without question.
So AP, we all know he's known for the Vikings. What he did for the Vikings, obviously played with the Saints, Seahawks, Commanders, Lions, Cardinals.
Go back, watch his
Titans.
Oklahoma highlights for those of you who haven't.
We understand, but AP for what he did, infamous for tearing his ACL like back in 2011, coming back in 2012, ended up winning the NFL MVP. Probably should have broke that record at that time. But we're talking about 14,000. Like he was about. Let me do the math real quick. 2. Let's see. 2 carry the 1. 8. Dude was 82. He was 82 yards from getting. He was 82 yards from getting to 15,000 rushing yards in his career.
Mm-hmm.
He had 14,918 rushing yards in his career, 120 rushing touchdowns in his career, 4.6 yards per carry in his career, 6 total receiving touchdowns in his career. Won the MVP in 2012, won Offensive Rookie Year in 2007, 3-time rushing leader, 4-time All-Pro, first team All-Pro, 3-time second team All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler, back when it actually meant something back then. 5th all-time in the NFL in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns, and ran for that 2,097 yards in 2012. He was 8 yards shy from the all-time single season record, and I still remember that because it was AP versus Peyton.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I want to say one thing. He is 5th in all-time rushing yards. He's behind Emmitt Smith, Walter Payton, Frank Gore, Barry Sanders. Every other player, excluding Frank Gore, all the way down to number 10, who is Derrick Henry, who can't be in the Hall of Fame yet because he's still playing.
Yep.
Is in the Hall of Fame.
So
that is
AP,
Curtis Martin, LaDainian Tomlinson, Jerome Bettis, and Eric Dickerson.
So that's AP.
He was first ballot.
Yeah, that's first ballot. Gronk, that's first ballot. We ain't got to say much, but I'll say this: 626 yards receptions, 9,286 yards receiving, 92 receiving touchdowns. Majority of that was in the red zone. 2014 comeback player of the year, 4-time Super Bowl champion, 4-time All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowl selection, 3rd all-time in receiving touchdowns among tight ends. He holds the NFL record for single season receiving touchdowns by a tight end, 17 in 2011. Dude was unstoppable, tremendous blocker, and he was an entertainer. Just to throw that out on the side, but like Gronk and AP are automatic. Here's where the debate goes into. I would throw this in. This is just me, because we got to base it off of how the NFL is voting Hall of Famers in now.
Mm-hmm.
I will go Richard Sherman over Big Ben at this very moment in time.
I'll give you that. I may not agree with his opinions as a panelist, because I think as a panelist,
we're talking on that field. You're talking about the focal point and vocal leader of the Legion of Boom. But if you want to go stats, we can go stats. 37 career interceptions, 116 pass deflections, 6 pick sixes, 484 tackles as a cornerback. Super Bowl champion, led the league in 2013 in NFL interceptions. 3-time first team All-Pro, 2-time second team All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowl selection. And again, he was a focal point. And he helped lead he helped that defense lead the league in scoring defense 4 consecutive seasons. He shut down pretty much a whole side. And we're talking about his time period of playing was back from, I believe it was 08 through, I think he retired in 18.
Something like that.
Let's see. We're in 2026. No. He didn't retire in 18. Because of what? It's a 5-year gap once you retire?
I think so.
All right. So he retired in 21. Yeah, 21. Savage. So I would go my automatics because I'm not picking 5. I'm picking 3.
I caught that.
I'm picking 5. I'm picking no, I'm not picking 5. I'm picking 3. My 3: Gronk, AP, Richard Sherman. Automatic. The debate right now, to me, Big Ben, AB, and AB's not getting first ballot. I'm sorry.
I don't think AB gets in.
I
don't think AB gets in. Here's why I don't think AB gets in. Because I have the list of, because everyone talks about those receiving yards and receptions. Great. Receiving yards, fine. Here's my thing. Is Reggie Wayne in the Hall of Fame? He is not.
Okay.
No, he is not. And Reggie Wayne, if AB deserves to get in, Reggie Wayne should have been in first ballot. No questions asked.
How long did T.O. had to wait?
Was T.O. first ballot?
No. He wasn't.
How long did it take for T.O.? I don't think it took that long. 3 years. Oh, he was 3 years. That ain't that bad. No, I don't think AB gets in.
Bro, we talking about T.O.
Dude.
T.O. should have been first ballot.
I agree. But I don't think AB should be first ballot.
And we know why he didn't.
We know why he didn't. I'm with you. Listen, I agree with you.
From what AB did off the...
But
you and I are in agreement. We don't think he's going to get in. Us as football fans will be happy if he does. But I don't think he's going to get in because the stuff that was off the field, that was on the field, that ended up being off the field, back on the field again, is still too scarring for a lot of those voters that are in the NFL that makes these decisions. But if we're talking strictly football, it's without question he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. But I'm gonna go with this because they've taken behavior and off the field antics into consideration, and somehow they've always done this. If you look at AB, you got to look at Big Ben too because that joker did not have a clean rap sheet off the field.
I hear you. Now listen, we're Georgia boys. We know. Here's where I'm at. And the reason why I don't think AB even gets in. I don't think AB gets in because I'm looking at the list of leaders for receiving yards who are ahead of him. Torrey Holt's not in the Hall of Fame yet.
Agreed.
Anquan Bolden's not in the Hall of Fame yet.
Okay, now that's debate.
Reggie Wayne's not in the Hall of Fame yet.
Okay, not a debate.
Jimmy Smith. Jaguars Jimmy Smith. I'm putting my bias aside. I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. Even other players who were in the Hall of Fame have said he should be in the Hall.
But, bro, what you're doing, you're talking as far as in a football sense of why AB should be in the Hall of Fame.
I'm talking football sense why I don't think he gets in until the very end.
And that's where I think you're wrong on that one. Football-wise, he should be in the Hall of Fame for what he did in his career. The problem is what he did off the field. That's the reason why he's not going to.
It will take him a minimum of 5 years to get in, at best.
And that's warranted because he did it to himself.
No pun intended with what I said. Y'all can book it. But to me, I think if I look at this list, because I agree with you, I think Adrian Peterson, Gronk, and Sherm are all first ballot. But if I'm picking 2 other names on this list that are going to go on his first ballot, it's going to be, believe it or not, the 2 offensive linemen. It's going to be Andrew Whitworth and Alex Mack.
Alex Mack has enough in his career, enough cash in his career. He will be in, but he's not going to be first ballot. I'll be shocked if that.
I'm
if
talking
that's
about
the case.
of this list.
Same thing with Andrew. No, Andrew. I think second year, maybe second or three.
But I'm talking about on this list.
I get on this list, but the automatics is that first three right there.
I agree.
It's AP, Rob, Sherm. That's it.
I agree, but the task was to pick 5.
I can't pick 5. I'm sorry.
Le'Veon won't be first ballot.
No.
Cam won't be first ballot. As much and everybody like
is Cam a Hall of Famer? Yes.
Yes. Is he first ballot?
No.
Absolutely not. No, he is not first ballot.
I'm not gonna say absolutely, but I'm saying no.
He is not first ballot. Eric Weddle is also not first ballot.
No.
Eric Weddle's going to get on a down year, which is not a shot at Eric Weddle.
No, Andrew Whitworth, you can make a case. You somehow can make a case for him.
Alex Mack, you can make a case too.
Yes, you can, but no.
Which is why I said if I have to pick 5 players to get in, Whitworth, if take everybody else aside, these are the only 10 players who are eligible this year. Adrian Peterson, Gronk, Sherm, Whitworth, Mack. Those are my 5.
Now, if we're not talking about off the field and we're talking straight football, then the first 5 is that first 5. AP, Rob, AT, like AP, Gronk, Sherm, Ben, and AB.
You want to talk about a fall off, though?
Yes.
Antonio Brown imploded.
But dog, because of that run and that stretch that he had around like that to that early stage of the Steelers to the end of the Steelers, the dude still had a run. He was still doing jokers like that. I'm not
saying he wasn't one of the best wide receivers in the league at the time when he was having that stretch. The problem is after that stretch, that man was not the same since Burfict put him in concussion protocol.
We know. Well, no, scratch that. What year is the Burfict hit?
I believe it was 2017, 2018.
Give me a sec.
AB Burfict hit. I got you. Hold on. 2016. Mentally, that man was not the same since that 2016 hit. Because you go back and look, 2017, he did have 1,500 yards, and he had 163 targets on 101 receptions. 168 targets, 2018, 104 receptions, 1,300 yards. I'm giving him 3 yards. I don't care about that.
Next,
one 19. Game, 2019.
Next.
One game, 8 targets, 4 receptions, 56 yards.
Oh, right. Touchdown. That was the Madden curse year.
That was the New England year.
That was 19?
2019, he was in New England for a game. Then he was in
the Madden was the Madden curse, was that 18 or 17?
That was 2018, I think, he was in Madden.
Yeah.
I have to go back and look. It might have been Madden 19 where he was on the cover.
Yeah.
But then 2020, 8 games, 4 started, 45 receptions on 62 targets, 483 yards.
Then he got in trouble again. And then
7 games, 3 started, 62 targets, 42 receptions, 545 yards.
Bro.
This is what I'm talking about. Dog, it was a just.
And before, dog, the crazy. Dog, remind you, that year he was supposed to be a Raider.
The 2019 year, he was supposed to be a Raider. Yes, he was.
Supposed to be a Raider.
That was the I'm Free Hard Knocks episode.
Dog.
This is what I'm talking about.
If we're talking football, just football, yes, we know. But
well, dog, take that out of it. He imploded in 2019.
He had that, dog. He had that 5-year stretch. That was enough.
I don't know.
He had that 5-year stretch. That wasn't, dog. He still had
2013 to 2018. He was one of the best to ever do it.
900 receptions, 12,000 yards, receiving yards, 83 receiving touchdowns. He's a Super Bowl champion with Brady and Tampa Bay, 2-time NFL receiving leader, a 2-time NFL receptions leader, 4-time first team All-Pro, 1-time second team All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler, and had one of the most, like, his peaks was the 100 receptions, 1,200 yards from 13 to 18.
But you want dudes football first ballot
wise,
players dominate.
He dominated
every step of the way. I'm not saying he didn't dominate
from that run before the Burfict.
I'm gonna catch so much heat. This is gonna be fun for me.
I'm cool. But
I've
dog,
had so much
from
E3
that
over
run,
fun.
mind you, I'm not even an AB fan. I'm always taking Julio over AB.
Here's what
And
I'm
AB was great.
saying. No, I hear you. And I'm not saying AB wasn't great. I'm saying even if you take all the off the field stuff out of it, look at it from a purely production standpoint.
Dog, I think you had your mind. It was
Purely
still,
production standpoint, he
he produced.
imploded.
He produced.
I'm not saying he didn't produce. Listen to me. I'm not saying he didn't produce. I'm not saying he didn't have accolades that may not ever be repeated again. He went for 1,700 yards receiving. That's great. I'm not trying to diminish what the man did. I'm saying even if you look at that, I don't think he's first ballot. Take all the off the field stuff out of it with everybody else who's eligible in 2027. I don't think he's first ballot. He happens to be in a class with other dudes who are no questions asked first ballot Hall of Famers.
No, the only other questions asked in this list that like there's only 3 guys.
If you
like
take,
if you're asking me who's more of a first ballot Hall of Famer between him and Ben, I'm choosing AB. Even though Ben got the numbers, and I know what Ben did.
No, I hear you. I'm pulling up the entire Hall of Fame class for 2027.
Ben got 64,000. Look, in Ben's career, 64,000 yards, 418 passing touchdowns, 64.4% completion percentage, 93.9 passer rating. He was the 04. He was the 04 rookie of the year, 2-time Super Bowl champion, 6-time Pro Bowler. Never made an All Pro, but again, he was in the year of Peyton. He was in the era of Peyton and Brady. There's nothing you can do.
No, I understand. I'm going to even this. I do not think even if we take accolades off, like off-season issues away from this, I don't think either one of those guys are first ballot based on who is currently eligible for the Hall of Fame and on the 2027 ticket. You're looking at Willie Anderson. You're looking at Gronk. You're looking at Torrey Holt. You're looking at Adrian Peterson. You're looking at Jason Witten. You're looking at Jahari Evans. You're looking at Frank Gore, Eli Manning, Richard Sherman, Steve Smith Sr., Reggie Wayne, Darren Woodson, and Marshall Yanda. I don't think AB would be first ballot, even if you take away all the off-season or off-field issues. I don't think of that list he's first ballot.
All right, because like we're going too long and we got to end the show.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Let's go ahead and call it now. You and I both agree, AB will not be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Absolutely not.
Just because of what you're saying is both off the field and on the field. I'm saying simply because of off the field and what he and all the antics there is what's going to keep him out of being a first ballot Hall of Famer. But you believe he's not going to get in.
I don't believe he's going to get in within the first 4 to 5 years.
Okay.
I believe he'll get in eventually.
I'm going to say 3.
I'm saying he won't get in within the first 4 to 5 years, and he will get in eventually. But I'm saying because of I'm taking it into account. But if you let in 5 guys, right? Because we're looking at what we just did for the last Hall of Fame. You can only let in 5 guys.
You talk about 5, yes. Even though Belichick should have been in there, and I feel like he's got to be in there this year.
I agree, and I think Belichick should be in there this year too. But even if you're adding Belichick to that list, that roster of people who should be in the Hall of Fame, there are people I would put ahead of Antonio Brown as who should be Hall of Famers. And even if you take the off-field issues away from Ben and AB, I don't think either one of those guys are first ballot. I could see them get in within the first 3 to 4 years, for sure. But I don't think they're first ballot because of that list I just read you, because of guys like Marshall Yanda, because of guys like Torrey Holt, because of guys like Reggie Wayne, because of as much as we hate him because he was a Cowboy, Jason Witten was an incredible tight end.
Agreed, and he got the career numbers for being in the Hall of Fame, yes.
And he should be in the Hall of Fame. I just named 4 players right there who I think would get in ahead of Ben and Antonio Brown because they're currently waiting to get in.
As of right now, you wanted me to pick 5, I couldn't.
No.
I'm only going to go 3. I'm only going to go 3 without any hesitation. That is
I moved the goalpost. That's on me.
That's something that's me. That is me. Now, who I believe is going to be in the Hall of Fame going next year, because again, we got to end it, is AP, Gronk, Sherm, Bill Belichick, and whoever's after that is after that. But that's my pick for 2027. I'm going AP. I'm going AP. I'm going Gronk. I'm going Sherm, Belichick, and yeah, I'll go along with you. I'll go Reggie Wayne.
I'll go Reggie.
That's my decision for 2027.
I'll go Reggie. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you 100%. Like, I think that I would be happy with that. I'd be very happy with that. Right. And it's just, to me, because again, I want to be very, very clear, because I'm going to catch some heat for what I was saying. I do not think Antonio Brown is a bad player. I do not think that he is not deserving of the success that he had purely from a football standpoint. The numbers speak for themselves. That fall off towards those last 3 years was historic. And even if we take away the off-field issues, with the current people set up to be in the Hall of Fame, I do not think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Taking away all the off-field stuff. I agree, though. I think Adrian Peterson's going to be first ballot. I think Sherman's going to be first ballot. I think Gronk is going to be first ballot. I would put Belichick in there, and I would be happy with Reggie Wayne or Torrey Holt. So, or Steve Smith even. I'd be happy to end those guys. I think it'd be weird if Steve Smith got in over Reggie, but whatever. And that's just me taking away my bias as a Jags fan. But anyways, we could talk about this forever. Thank you guys for listening. We ran a little long this episode, but we also didn't give you one last week, so deal with it. Thank you guys for listening. If you like the show, you know what to do. Follow us on all the socials at Tdsn Pod, Twitter, Two Dudes Sports News on Facebook, TikTok, all that fun stuff. YouTube, Tdsn Pod. That's where the live streams are. You can check them out there. If you like the show, you know what to do. Rate 5 stars on whatever podcast platform you listen to. If you didn't like the show, totally fine. You want to flame me for my opinion? Whatever. It's cool. Same with him. We don't care. It's fine. This is why we do it. We put our opinions on the internet for a reason. If you want to talk bad about us, go for it. That's fine. There's no reason to leave a negative review, though. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help us. Just hit us up in the comments, man. Be the engagement gods. Let's do it. If you did like the show, if you want to follow us, if you want to get a shout out at the end of the show, the best way to do it is to either be a show that we also like or reshare the show or show us that you rated 5 stars. Shout outs as always at the end of the show are now. Jim over Fan of the Van, Brent at 1420 Sports, Aaron at Brutally Out of Sports, Darian over at Chill Takes, the guys are at IAP Radio, E-Man at Avager Sports, John over at Wrestling Fan Insight. The last state ofs just happened, so get excited. The Sports After Dark is about to be fun. Sports After Dark is always fun, but Sports After Dark is something you should always go check out. Hop on the Twitter space after every single football night. Always a good time. Talk your talk. Don't run, but talk your talk. It's going to be good. It's always good. If you're looking to gamble, please do it responsibly. Don't bet the rent. Only bet with money you can afford to lose, and go listen to Nate's Daily Wager. If I missed you, we still love you. Thank you. And as always, we'll see you next time.
Real quick, announce when our next episode is going to be.
We're going to try to have one out Thursday, this upcoming week.
Wednesday or Thursday?
It ain't gonna be Wednesday.
All right, Thursday.
I'm out of town. We're gonna try to go now next Thursday if you listen to this as it goes live. But thank you. And as always, we'll see you next time.
Peace.